Hey folks, this is Tina with Bel Air Farm, and today I'm giving you a little tutorial about how our Carnivore Share works. So the Carnivore Share is going to be a monthly share picked up once a month. We try and distribute it the last full week of every month, and it is a way for people who shop with us and really appreciate the meat that we offer, both products that we produce as well as some partner farms we work with, and are hoping to buy in larger quantities and get a bulk discount from us. How we operate it is changing starting this month. We used to segment it into fall and winter shares where you would have to sign up each time and renew, and we decided to move this to what we're calling a perpetual share. So once you sign up for the Carnivore Share, you are signed up indefinitely, meaning that you will pick up once a month until you tell us that you no longer want to be a part of the Carnivore Share, or you would like us to pause your share for you. The minimum value of the Carnivore Share is $65, meaning that we're asking you to purchase $65 worth of meat or more. We offer 10% off for all of our Carnivore Share members for the entire share that they select. So all of their items included in there are going to have that discount on that. We just ask that you have a $65 minimum. So at the minimum, we are going to charge you $58.50, which is 10% off of the $65 mark, but there is no maximum. So if once a month you want to pick up $90 worth of meat, or $100 or $200, etc., keep it coming. As long as we have it to fill, we'll give it to you. What is in the Carnivore Share? Here at Bel Air, we raise beef. Cows are 100% grass-fed and grass-finished. They are fed nothing except grasses from Bel Air Farm. The chickens and pigs are pasture-raised, meaning we move them very, very frequently over a lot of our pasture and expect that they are going to be foraging a ton. We do supplement them with some non-GMO feed from Stewart's Draft called Sunrise Farms feed, and try and let all of our animals just live out their natural instincts and have a good life here at Bel Air. We also partner with a few other farms in the area that we respect what they're doing and hold similar values and enjoy their products. We work with a few farms that raise turkey, lamb. We have some really nice duck breast in right now. We've worked with people who produce goat chops and different cuts. So there's a lot of options, and it potentially could change, and we could offer more or run out of certain things, but there will always be our availability listed on the selector form that you'll be sent when you are a Carnivore Share member. So yeah, I started to say that there is what's called a selector form, and so the week before we are going to be distributing this Carnivore Shares, we will send out an email talking about what's going on with the animals and at the farm here. It will list the availability of our meat cuts currently, and it will have a form for you to fill out that is going to have one pre-selected item. That's called a farmer's choice item. So that is something that we are trying to move, often are overstocked on, or is new and exciting, and we want you guys to be the first to try it. We try not to make that too high of a value of your share, and I'll go through some of these shares I have in front of me and show you what a share filled out looks like. But in general, you're gonna get that selector form and you're gonna fill that out. You're gonna choose, like this month for example, we had whole chicken or 2 leg quarters as your option for the farmer's choice. There won't always be an option for the farmer's choice, but you will select the remaining items beyond the farmer's choice in your share. when you're filling out your selector form, if you can list off your preferences in the order that you are hoping to receive them and what you're most excited about. We do sometimes run out of items even though we didn't list it in the as not available when we send out that email. So it's really helpful for you to put a few things that you'd like as substitutes for things that we may run out of while we're packing your share. There is an option to choose whatever my list costs, and that just means that everything that you list on your share, we're gonna put into your bag for you and calculate that fully. Obviously, if we're out of something, we won't count that, but we'll try and fill everything that you wrote on your list and charge you with that 10% discount for the total that your list was. You can also say that you just want to stick to the $65 minimum. You can choose a value that works for you if you know you don't want to spend more than $100. So we're very flexible, and if you ever have any questions, reach out to us about that. But hopefully, as I go through these, it will be a little bit less confusing for you. There's also an option on the selector form to write notes, so please write anything that you are unsure of, or if you chose a chuck roast but you want it to be on the smaller versus the larger size, if you're a family of 4 and aren't sure how many sausage packs you might need for a meal, if you can't make any of the pickup locations or dates that we have listed, but you plan on picking up in a week or two, and give us a date that you want to alternatively pick up at. Those are the types of things that you would put in the notes section. So let me go over a few of these pre-made Carnivore Share bags and give you an idea of how we pack them for you. So my first example is one where he did choose whatever my list costs as opposed to sticking to the minimum, and he wrote 2 packs of leg quarters, 2 pounds of ground lamb, 1 pound of duck breast, and 1 pound of loose sweet Italian sausage. So like I mentioned, they have the choice this month of either doing a whole chicken or 2 leg quarters. He chose 2 leg quarters, so it's a little over 2 pounds at $22, and I have ground lamb, 2 packs of that in here for him as well, $26. 1 duck breast, which is almost 1.5 pounds actually. I think it's like 1.3-ish pounds. This is from Spring Creek Meadows. They've been really popular, a little bit more expensive, but really high quality, specialty cut, and that was $29.90. And then all of our loose sausages are $12, so we got a sweet Italian in there for him. So 3, 4, 5, 6, almost 7 pounds of meat in this bag. His total was $89.90, so what I did was subtract the $65 from there and let him know that he had a $24.90 overage. We are going to charge everything on the back end, meaning that the total amount that you owe in your Carnivore Share is going to be discounted 10% and then charged to your account each month. I have one Carnivore Share here that actually wanted to stick to the $65 maximum, or $65 minimum. I have a whole chicken in there for them. They chose that over the 2 quarters, the 2 leg quarters. So I tried to choose a little bit on the smaller side of a chicken just because this is the farmer's choice option. I want you to have more of the value of your share geared towards the selections that you might want more than the chicken. So we got around a 3-pound chicken, a little under $20. They also asked for 2 chicken livers. So we put chicken livers and chicken hearts in these pint containers, and they are $5 each, or $5 per pound. Usually they're about a pound. So this person got 2 of those. a little over $10. And then they asked for a chuck roast, and the smallest chuck roast that I had today was 3.4 pounds, and so that was $37.50 and put them at a total of $67.50. Now they were asking for a $65 bag. We asked you to give us a little bit of leeway in that, especially because they didn't write any other options after that chuck roast, and this was my smallest one, so I couldn't do anything smaller. I also gave them one of the smallest chickens I had, so we really try and keep it to whatever range you're looking for, but sometimes we might have to go a little bit over, and we're always willing to have a conversation when you're picking up if there was something you wanted to swap out to get it closer to the value. But we only went $2.50 over the $65 that they were asking for, and we were able to give them everything they wanted in their bag. So hopefully they're happy with that. Let's see, I have a few more here. Maybe I'll give you one more example. I didn't mention that you are able to choose eggs in your Carnivore Share too, so this was a good reminder. This person also picked the whole chicken. That wound up being a little over $20, part of their share. They said whatever my list costs, another one of those, and so we're just going to go ahead, and as long as we have everything available that they chose, we're going to fill in everything they asked for. So they asked for a whole chicken, they asked for 4 dozen eggs, which I wrote that we need to give them eggs when they come to pick up at market. I don't keep them in this bag because we don't want to freeze your eggs. I have a sweetheart ham for them as well, which is some of like the nice parts of the ham that are like kind of packaged together as opposed to just the full half or quarter of the ham. I have 2 sirloin strips for them. Our sirloins range from like 0.6 pounds to a little over a pound. I gave them 2 that are on the like medium side since they didn't note an exact size that they would like. And then they asked for 1 larger rib steak, so I found them one that was 1.2 pounds, which most of our rib steaks range from like 0.8 to 1 pound, so that's going to be on the larger side for them. And then, yeah, I just calculated their total and told them how much that overage was, and again, all of that is going to be calculated on the back end and charged to your account minus the 10% discount, of course. I do have one more over here. I guess this might be helpful to go through. This person asked for $85 worth of meat in their share, and I was able to give them the first 3 of their 4 options. We gave them a whole chicken, 2 packs of pork chops, and 2 New York strip steaks. So total, they probably got, let's see, that's like a 3-pound chicken. Both of the pork chops are a little over a pound. 3, 4, 5, 6, about 7 pounds of meat in here to get them to that $85 value. And the final thing they wrote was sweet Italian sausage, but we had already reached the $85 mark by that point, so I just didn't put the sausage in there. So we were able to get them the first 3 things that they asked for within that range. And so that's how it's going to work, is you'll pick a number that you want us to get to, whether it's the minimum of 65 or whether it's beyond that, or whether it's you want everything on your list and we'll just charge you whatever that costs. So there's a ton of flexibility in like the pricing of this, and we try our best to get you all of your very first options that you choose if you do have a maximum value in there. I think I touched on everything, and I hope that was really helpful for you all. Please reach out via email or come to one of the markets or the barn store and talk to us if you have any questions about the Carnivore Share and how it works. Thank you. See you soon.